I will say Korea has this pali culture, you know, the efficiency. 일이 많아요.
일이 많아요.
That summarizes me in Korea. Then I like the sort of home cha 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 and jimban and with my Korean friends. So.
Bonjour, 최정화의 랑데부입니다. 오늘은 제가 누구랑 함께 하는지 아세요? Maria. Bonjour. 안녕하세요. 네, 소개 좀 해주세요.
안녕하세요. 저는 마리아 카스티요입니다. 유럽 윤학 대사입니다.
와.
스페인 사람.
스페인 사람이세요?
네.
와. Yeah. When did you come to Korea? 언제 한국에 오셨어요?
This is my second posting in Korea. My first one was 2005, 2008.
Wow.
And then I came back in 2020, just in the middle of COVID.
Okay. So 그럼 8년이 되셨는데, so it makes 8 years to stay
That's
in Korea.
it. 8 to 9 years in Korea.
So you're almost Korean.
Well, it's the third city I've lived a longer time. And yes, it's Madrid, it's Brussels and Seoul. So yes, I feel a little bit part of Korean.
Okay, yeah. 그리고 많은 대사님들은 자국하고 이제 한국과의 관계 활성화에 아주 최선을 다하고 계시는데요. 대사님께서는 EU 대사님이시잖아요. 그래서 특히 어떤 데 역점을 두시는지요?
I think what I do is I represent 27 countries.
Wow.
Of those 27, 25 have bilateral embassies in Korea. But I represent the 27, and I try to build bridges first. Build bridges between Korean and Europe, trying for Europeans to get to know Korea better, trying for Koreans to get Europe better, to promote our common policies, our common values, our common interests, trying to bring business people together, researchers, academic, artists, younger generation. And then I have another role, which is the role as a coordinator of the work of the EU countries in Korea. We coordinate policies. We meet every month to see joint analysis, joint reporting, joint activities. So this is, a different role that I have.
And then out of 27 ambassadors, how many lady ambassadors are there?
Oh, we are 25 ambassadors plus me, 26, and we only 4 ladies ambassadors.
4 ladies
Yes,
ambassadors.
so
you and Portugal,
Italy,
yeah.
Ireland, and Greece was here, but she's leaving, so
she's leaving,
we
yeah.
will be only 4.
그 다음에 그 EU 대사님으로서 특히 한국과의 관계에서 가장 역점을 두는 게 어디인지 궁금하거든요.
I think that for me it's very important to forge mutual understanding. And it's very difficult, for Europeans to really understand what's happening in Korea, why things happening, who are the key interlocutors, and that's our role. We need to invest a lot in getting to know people here. I think that role of fostering mutual understanding and promoting policies in European policies in Korea to get for Koreans to get to know what is Europe about and why Europe matters to Korea and why Korea matters to Europe. And that is a role I do also a lot in universities, in schools, in academy.
You give a lot of lectures.
I give a lot of lectures, too many perhaps.
Yeah, but I think it's very important for Koreans to know better about Europe. 마리아는 저기 EU 대사님이시잖아요. 근데 스페인 분이시라고 아까 얘기할 때 I'm Spanish라고 얘기하셨잖아요. 그래서 스페인 분이신데 EU 대사를 함으로써 그 스페인의 정체성이 EU 대사로서의 역할에 어떤 영향을 주는지 좀 알고 싶고요. 네.
I've never worked in the Spanish administration, so never. All my professional life started in Europe, and from there on, I have been a European official and then a diplomat all my life. But Spain is part of me.
It's your identity.
I try to maintain throughout all the years I've been out of Spain, close links with family, with friends. I go at least
Twice.
times to Spain every year if I can, and certainly at home my children learn Spanish. Now my husband is Spanish, so that link is even stronger now. You know, we always cook Spanish meals, and we also eat at Spanish times, which I know it's difficult in terms for Koreans to understand. When Koreans go to Madrid or to Spain, they have a lot of difficulties with our time schedule for meals.
So usually, what time do you have your dinner?
Well, around 9. When I don't have any Korean events.
Okay, yeah. Oh, so with Inyas, your husband,
with my
at
husband.
9.
A bit late, but...
Are you cooking paella?
Well, I cook paella. Paella is a very cumbersome plate. It needs a lot of time and preparation. So I can only do it over the weekends and for friends now. And so you need time. And I think that also through cooking I relax myself a lot. You know, I have to compete with my husband, who is a very good cook as well.
그리고 대사님께서는 그 공부도 많이 하셨더라고요. 보니까 그 여러 가지 학위 막 석사 2개나 하시고 막 경제학, 법학, 또 국제관계까지 다 하셨는데요. 처음부터 스페인 대사를 할 생각보다는 EU 대사를 할 생각을 하셨는지 굉장히 궁금하거든요.
Well, I think I started learning languages at a very young age, which was not normal in Spain. I went to a British school, and then I learned French at high school, and then I learned German at university. So and I started to go to Germany at summer times to improve my German. And I think then is when, at that time, there were not many of us who went outside Spain to study, but I tried, and I started after university my first master in Strasbourg. And that led me to Europe, to my European journey, because I did two masters in European law studies, and then I could have chosen to prepare myself for Spanish diplomat, but you know, Europe was there.
Good choice.
So I decided to try first my luck at Europe, and it worked.
그리고 대사님께서도 아시다시피요, 우리 한국 K컬처가 막 세계적으로 지금 굉장히 대박이고 인기가 있잖아요. 그래서 제가 알고 싶은 거는 유럽 연합하고 한국하고 그 K컬처 아니면 또 유로피안 컬처에 관련해서 문화적으로 어떤 프로젝트가 현재 진행되는 게 있는 건지 설명 좀 해주세요.
Well, now K culture is à la mode.
Yeah,
it's
à la mode.
making headways all through Europe. And that brings a lot of interest from younger people in Europe to Korea. We see them coming on their own, which
thousands
is
students.
Very special. But we have an annual film festival that we are doing together with the European Union countries' institutes of culture in Korea. And there is a group of Institute of Culture, l'Alliance Française, the Goethe Institute, Cervantes, Czech Institute of Culture. We have the Hungarian also Institute of Culture, so Italian Institute of Culture. So with all of them, we bring them together, and we have done this year the European Film Festival. You can still go and see before the weekend. You have in the National Museum of History. They are projecting still every day one film of Europe, and these are windows of Europe through this different diversity of films. You can see, the main challenges, concerns that Europeans have, how they react towards a certain challenge. I would certainly recommend. Then we have our Europe Day of Languages. Languages is key. I always say to my Korean friends, you need to learn languages. Languages opens you spaces, opens you the world. It's so important. So every year we do in a public space in a very near Seoul station, openly there we do a whole festival of languages. And every year we come, and it's so interesting to see families on a Saturday morning passing by, stopping by. The children wanted to try the European languages by different quiz we make, and it is very, very popular. So I mean, languages, films, and all the cultural activities that member states have in their own. With their own very rich culture, what very important, the diversified culture that we have in Europe. They are all doing their part to bring different culture of EU countries to Korea. And I think that is something that Korean appreciates a lot.
Yeah. 마리아, 2005년부터 2008년까지 한국에 있었고 또 2020년에 와서 지금까지 한국에 계시니까 굉장히 이제 8년 이상 한국에 계신데요. 그때 처음에 when you first visit Korea 그리고 지금하고 굉장히 많이 변화가 있을 것 같은데요. 어떻게 느끼세요?
Well, I think what I see as key change is a more open Korea, more willing to speak out, to get out, go and see the world. Before it was more an insular Korea, more into itself, more reserved. I see also a more greener Korea.
Yeah, greener.
So beautiful spaces for green, very well maintained. One example, in 2008, when I was about to leave Korea, they opened the Changgyecheon canal.
yeah.
So that was, remember, I saw that canal in the previous reincarnation. So that was something different. So that is the big change, That has been an example of how you can green a city, you can, and many cities have followed. Busan have followed, Daegu, so many other cities that have changed completely. And in that change comes also the preservation of the heritage. Bukchon was not there in 2008.
No,
it was a bit abandoned.
Yeah, that's true.
And now you go there, and it's a key part of how you show out to the world.
Yeah.
So that big change of a big effort to preserve heritage, to preserve traditions, which perhaps was not there before, and when you come back, you suddenly see a new face of Korea.
그리고 마리아 대사님께서는요, 한국에 대사로 오시기 전에 그 말레이시아에서도 EU 대사로 계셨고요, 또 홍콩에서도 근무하셨고, 그래서 아시아에서 상당히 오랜 기간 근무를 하셨는데요. 이러한 아시아 지역들과 우리 한국과의 어떤 차이점이 있는지?
I will say Korea has this pali culture, the efficiency that is there. Things are done quickly, and that is how we have seen this enormous change in very short time. The success story of Korea. In Malaysia, you have the diversity. Malaysia, there are 3 big ethnic groups. You see the colors, see the smells, the diversity of smells, colors. You also have a big indigenous community which has beautiful traditions. And in Hong Kong, you had a city open to the world. In my time, more than now, a city where Europe and Asia converge. So you have this peculiarities, but certainly Asian culture is very, very much present in the 3 of them.
문화와 한국의 문화하고 유럽 문화하고요 어떤 차이점이 있는지 대사님 생각 궁금합니다.
I will say the key in Europe is diversity. Our motto is unity in diversity. That
Unity
is
in diversity.
This is what
Yeah.
Europe is about. The different cultures of each country matters. We have to preserve them. They are important, and together they form this diversity of ways of life, cultural, and this is so special. While perhaps the Korean culture is more unified. There is less
Homogeneous.
diversity. It's very homogeneous. Is based on strong, perhaps Confucian roots, and I think that is the big difference. I see.
네, 그리고 대사님 지금 또 한국에 이렇게 이번에 지금 4년째 계시기 때문에 한국 문화에 대해서 잘 아실 거로 생각해요. K-팝이라든가 K-시네마라든가 K-푸드, K-아트 정말 많은데요. 대사님이 좋아하는 한국의 문화는 어떤 건지 좀 알려주세요.
Yeah, many things that I like. Many. One thing in artwork is of course your munjars.
문자, 달방아리.
Every time I see a munjar, it doesn't matter in which how is it made. My eyes go to the munjar. If it's lacquer, if it's crystal, if it's porcelain. So I really think that is this the essence of perhaps. Korean culture, Korean soul. I will say.
우리의 영어.
And also, I've discovered a lot in this last in my visit to temples, in my visit to Hanok, all the culture of tea, of samban, of so delicate that all this. The way you conserve, the way you serve the porcelain, the pottery is so exquisite, and I like that very much. If we go to Korean dramas, of course, I'm contrary to my husband who likes more fighting, more violent dramas. I am very tired at night. I need to watch a Korean drama just to relax. And I like to see through them the Korean culture, the Korean society, how you interact, how you react to situations. So I like, of course, when they told me I was going to come back to Korea, I had to see Crash Landing on You. That was a must because that was at that time starting. So
사랑의 불시착 대사님 좋아하십니다.
But that I needed to see. But then I saw with other Korean dramas which are not very well. Vincenzo was one which I liked, even if it was a bit violent. But then I liked the sort of home cha 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 and all the Jeju culture. I like that very much. So films that show local communities and how they work and how they interact, and there is not a big fighting or a big. But then I have watched films like Parasite, which are key films, but where there is this strong reaction of Koreans sometimes, this violent, it goes white or black, but there is no gray. So that comes very close, very much on that film. But Minari or Past Lives are films that
미나리 안 보신 게 없네요.
that I like to see. I am a big consumer of Korean culture.
와우. 그리고 대사님이 여행도 많이 하셨을 텐데요. 가장 기억에 남는 곳이 어디예요?
I like to go a lot with our car. We just travel Korea and we get in the traffic and we wait patiently and. But that is part of this culture, so we have to do it. Otherwise, you cannot stay in Seoul. I like to go, and I always go sometimes with my EU ambassadors, colleagues. I bring them to different provinces to go and meet with local communities, to go and see the local places, to see the local culture. One of these places was the Waomsa in the Yola province. We had a very good meeting there with all the ambassadors, with all the monks in a very rainy day, and they were all there with the European flags, and so that really touched my heart. Also, our Hanok heritage experience, that was unique. And to see someone, as Chairman Cho, so devoted to maintain and preserve the culture of Hanoks is so important. And I think that also, opened my eyes to see how people are willing to preserve and make this goal in their lives, and you're very lucky to have people like him with this goal in mind. So this is something I like, and of course I like also to go to Korean jjimban and with my Korean friends. Yes, I try. I think this is very important when you are very tired. It helps a lot.
That's true.
I like that culture. Well, the sauna, the bath, the massage. So all that is.
그리고 대사님 가장 좋아하는 한국 음식은 뭐예요?
Yes, I eat quite a lot Korean. But I like Gogi and kalbi. These are my favorite. I must say, I like very much your talgi. So I'm waiting for the season to start. So the talgi go a bit not so pisayo like now. So but a little pisayo so that I can buy it. And then I like a lot the omija, the jusu, the ojusu, the mandarins of Jeju, and
제주도 귤까지 좋아하세요.
So those are my preferred dishes in Korea.
그리고 대사님 이렇게 한국 음식도 좋아하시는데 제일 좋아하는 한국어 표현은 뭔지 궁금해요.
I will say. 일이 많아요.
일이 많아요.
일이 많아요. 시간 없어요. 아주 바빠요.
와.
That summarizes me in Korea.
맞아요.
네.
마리아 너무너무 바빠요. 그렇죠? 네, 그래도 마리아가 이렇게 바쁘기 때문에 한국 사람들이 유럽에 대해서 많이 알게 됐잖아요. 그렇죠? 아주 바빠요. 와.
아주 바빠요.
네, 그리고 대사님, 제가 대사님을 좀 자주 뵙는 편이잖아요. 뵐 때마다 이 드레스 코드가요, 오렌지 아니면은 블루이시거든요. 오늘 또 이렇게 국기랑 똑같은 색으로 매칭해서 블루를 입으셨는데요. 근데 제가 알아보니까 오렌지색을 좋아하는 사람들은 굉장히 소셜하고 다이나믹하고 액티브하다고 들었거든요. 그리고 근데 저는 개인적으로 제가 프랑스에서 유학할 때 귤이랑 오렌지를 사 먹기만 하면 그게 전부 다 스페인에서 온 거예요. 그래서 스페인 하면 저는 오렌지색을 생각했는데 대사님이 오렌지 옷을 많이 입으셔서 왜 오렌지 색깔을 좋아하세요?
Yeah. Well, there are two reasons. First, perhaps yes. The main one is as a woman, I think that it's very important to come out, and to come out, you need to bring colors because then people suddenly look at you. So I had this feeling throughout my professional life that colors helped me to bring attention towards me, and then I could speak out. And then, so I always tell my Korean friends, women, to put colors. Don't be afraid because Korean culture is in society is very homogeneous colors. You don't want to
like me.
You don't want to come out, and I think they have to really risk and dare to do it, and colors bring that confidence. So red is a color that perhaps it has something to do with Spain and colors. It is a color that makes me feel confident, and perhaps that's why I like also the tomatoes very much. I like the talgi very much. They are all red. They are all red. So perhaps there is.
And your watch, you see.
And my watch is Europe and red. But I think that blue is also has to do with Europe. it also goes with my blonde hair, but blue is always a color, especially the blue Europe, that I wear very much when I want to show that I am representing Europe. So I use it a lot, especially for work.
그리고 대사님께서는 2008년에 스페인 국왕으로부터 한국과의 여러 가지 관계 증진에 기여하는 걸로서 그것이 큰 훈장을 받으셨는데요. 이러한 훈장을 수여받은 게 대사님한테는 어떤 의미가 있으신지요?
This was a very special occasion. I think it was given to me for my work for many years, more than 8 years, on Korean Peninsula issues. I worked in Brussels, I worked in Korea, dealing both with DPRK and South Korea. And I traveled many times to the north, I was living in the south, so I always try, to follow and implement our policies towards Korean Peninsula, trying to understand better both sides. Now, it was given to me by proposed to the King of Spain. You always have a proposal by a former ambassador of Spain to the Republic of Korea, Delphine Colomé, when he was the ambassador between 2005 until 2008, 2007. So, and what happened to him, Delphine died of cancer when he was imposed in Korea. And before he died, he had asked my secretariat not to tell me that he had proposed me for the civil order of civil merit. So when he died, and I was here in all that moment, and I accompanied his family, the embassy, because we were not many Spaniards at that time in Korea. After that, I heard, well, this is what he left for you. So for me, it was, this person has been, it was one of, I think, the best ambassadors Spain had. He was culturally very rich. He played the piano. He was composer. He had worked also on bringing culture between Europe and Asian countries through his post in ASEF. ASEF is Asia Europe Foundation. So the fact that such a personality gave this or proposed this merit to the king, for me was very, very meaningful.
그리고 대사님께서는요, 작년이 굉장히 중요한 해잖아요, 그죠? 첫사랑을 다시 만나갖고 또 결혼까지 하셨잖아요. 거기에 대해서 얘기 좀 해주세요. 네.
Well, I know it's not very common, and especially for us, we married when we were 60, so one half, and that means start a new life. So we did start a new life, and we are very happy that we did so. This is like past life with a happy ending. So this is like the film Past Lives with a happy ending, because we knew each other when we were young. and life parted us, and then after 35 years, life brought us back together. So this time we didn't lose that opportunity.
그리고 마리아, 지금 옆에 있는 이냐스 남편뿐만 아니라 또 가족들도 굉장히 한국을 좋아하는 걸로 알고 있는데요. 대사님이 생각할 때 그들에게 한국 문화의 매력이 뭔 것 같아요?
Well, my children lived in Korea, so they were here in my first posting with me. So for them, they still read Korean, speak a little bit of Korean. So when they come, they like it, because this is for them, we are back to something we knew back home. So they come very often, and for them, they have lived with me in Hong Kong, in other Asian countries. So the excuse to come and see where the mother is very important, and they know Korea. They don't come as a tourist. They come as people who lived in Korea. I think for Ignatius is his first posting abroad. First time he lives outside Madrid, Spain, which for him is very very important. And he is someone who likes to experiment, likes new things, likes new cultures. Asia is also, he's seen Asia through the eyes of Korea, and he likes to go out with his camera and take pictures and try every food possible and interacts with Koreans. So I think he likes this. He also likes a lot the golf culture of Koreans. He's a good golf player. So
does he play with the Korean golf?
Yes, he plays with them. So he likes
and you?
that. No, I am just
too busy.
I
너무
am
바빠요.
너무 바빠요. 너무 바빠요.
네. 그리고 대사님, 이거는 마지막 질문인데요. 앞으로의 계획은?
Well, I've had a long professional career. I started, my first posting was Seoul. My last posting will be Seoul. So I close a professional circle there. So I'll have to go back to Brussels, which is the European Union headquarters. And then it will be a next step will be Madrid.
정말 우리 마리아 EU 대사님하고 얘기를 하다 보니까 너무 재미있고 너무 다이나믹하고 시간이 어떻게 가는지 모르겠어요. 우리 또 곧 만나야 돼. 너무나 다이나믹하세요. 저도 좀 다이나믹하지 않아요?
우리 천천히
할까요? 네, 그러면 우리 대사님, let's see you soon. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you.
A bientôt.